Saved by the Bell was a classic of 90s television, and each iteration of the show ended differently. The original series ran for 4 seasons between 1989 and 1993, but its legacy has continued long past those years. The sitcom led to spin-offs, movies, novelizations, and most recently a 2-season Saved by the Bell revival. Saved by the Bell followed Zach, Mark Paul Gosselaar, Jesse, Elizabeth Berkley, Screech, Dustin Diamond, Slater, Mario Lopez, Kelly, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and Lisa, Lark Voorhees, students of Bayside High School. The characters were originally created for a different show, Good Morning Miss Bliss. However, poor ratings led to that show's cancellation, and the younger members of the cast became the stars of Saved by the Bell instead. While Saved by the Bell had many lighthearted sitcom plots, it also dealt with heavier topics like drug use, homelessness, and women's rights. Because audiences were so invested in the show's characters, there were always more questions to be answered, such as if they all achieved their dreams, if they stayed friends, or if their romantic pairings worked out. When audiences weren't satisfied, later continuations could go on to give the Saved by the Bell ending fans always wanted. These continuations gave audiences a chance to keep following these 6 lovable characters and to find out how their stories truly ended. How Saved by the Bell's original series run ended. The final episode of Saved by the Bell's original series aired on May 22, 1993. The 4th and final season received an unexpected order for 11 more episodes, so the showrunners were forced to replace 2 of the departed cast members, Berkley and Thiessen, with a new character, Tori, Leanna Creel. For that reason, although Jesse and Kelly were noticeably missing from some earlier episodes in the season, all 6 of the original Bayside group did appear together in the series finale. The final episode was called Graduation, and the story followed the group who were equally excited and sad to be leaving Bayside. But Zach had to once again involve his friends in an impromptu scheme to get out of a sticky situation when he was told by Principal Belding, Dennis Haskins, that he was 1 credit short of being able to graduate. The group came to his aid in a dance recital which allowed them to go on to graduate together. At the graduation, Jesse and Screech, who were the 2 top contenders for valedictorian, both gave short speeches before handing the podium over to Zach. He reflected on his time at Bayside through a heartfelt address to his friends. How Saved by the Bell. The college years ended. Saved by the Bell. The college years was a direct continuation of the original series, and the story followed the Bayside group as dorm mates at California University. But, due to low ratings, Saved by the Bell. The college years was cancelled after only 1 season, its final episode airing on February 8, 1994. Besides Jesse and Lisa, all the original main cast of characters returned and 2 new characters were added, Leslie, Ann Tremco, and Alex, Kirsten Warren. In the penultimate episode of the series, in order to prevent Kelly from leaving on a 3-month cruise, Zach proposed to her. In the final episode, titled Wedding Plans, Zach tried to give Kelly her dream wedding. But his plan was thwarted when Slater and Screech threw him a wild bachelor party at the same time that Leslie, Alex, and Lisa ended their maid of honor rivalry by throwing Kelly an equally wild bachelorette party. Unsurprisingly, considering Zach Morris' bad behavior in the past, no one was convinced that he was responsible enough to get married. How Saved by the Bell. Wedding in Las Vegas properly ended the story Saved by the Bell. Wedding in Las Vegas was the second of 2 made-for-TV movies after Saved by the Bell. Hawaiian Style. It premiered on October 7, 1994. The story picked up where Saved by the Bell. The college years left off when, after their parents disapproved of their plans to get married, Zach and Kelly gathered their friends for a Las Vegas wedding. In a series of mishaps, the group was arrested, fired, and the wedding was temporarily called off. They ended up being chased around Las Vegas by a homicidal mobster forcing them to disguise themselves as wax figures and Vegas showgirls. Ironically, although she wasn't in the movie at this point, it was later revealed in Saved by the Bell canon that Jessie also had a Vegas showgirl history. By the end of the movie, Zach and Kelly's parents changed their minds and came to support the wedding. Lisa was the maid of honor, Screech and Slater were both the best man, and Jessie showed up at the last minute to take part in the wedding, too. The movie ended with the couple leaving on their honeymoon. As Slater said, "It's the end of an era." Although Saved by the Bell Wedding in Las Vegas was the last time the whole Bayside crew were together on screen as protagonists, many of their stories have been continued in the 2020 revival of the show. Zach and Kelly are still married and have a son, Mac. They are the governor and first lady of California. Lisa became a successful fashion designer and made a few appearances on the show. Jessie and Slater were the only ones to fully return to Bayside. Jessie is the school counselor and has a son, Jamie, and a husband, Renee, while Slater is Bayside's football coach. Even Dustin Diamond's Screech was given a proper tribute and send-off by his friends following Diamond's death. These beloved characters were on screen together on and off for over 3 decades. Everything from its catchy theme song to its highly quotable 6 main characters has stayed in the hearts and minds of the series' original fans and constantly brought in new, younger audiences. Now that the new show is over, it's unknown if audiences will ever see the Bayside crew again or if Saved by the Bell truly has rung its final bell.